And hello everyone, and welcome back to another recording session to Dwarf Fortress. With me here is Mr. /MVC from his YouTube channel, /MVC. Hello, Slash.
Hello, Mr. Butter.
He will co-commentate me during this nice night of recording Dwarf Fortress, and we won't do it live, because it's really hard to cut Dwarf Fortress, as it turns out, and also this way I can cut out the really boring bits, like when I'm sitting half an hour in Dwarf Therapist and trying to find out how to manage my fortress. You don't really need to see that. And stuff has changed since our last visit in this nice fortress of Lisdevakrul. And I am fully underground now. There's just some stuff lying in this wagon, but I think we have it under control. And so here we are. Our forest storage is full. Could call it a wood storage, but that would sound dirty, so I'm not saying it. We have a working drawbridge that is going upwards and keeps us safe, hopefully, if anything bad ever happens. Here we got our layer of butchery, tannery, leatherworks goes in here. Some animals will go in here, I hope. I know, some farm plots, because I don't have a lot of farm plots. It's enough, but I would like to have more. More!
Hey, yeah, you know, you've got to be careful. I did a 5x5 corn pellet farm, and my farmer was also my brewer and my cook, right? Because it kind of makes sense. He's going to farm, brew, and cook. And he was so busy managing that 25 square farm that he couldn't do anything else. Have you ever had that happen?
That's not happening, because I have an extra guy that is only there for farming, and his name is... Where is he?
Good idea.
Where is he? His name is...
Not
cell phone? Sinnersax is our brewer, and he's doing nothing else but brewing. Shout out to Sinnersax, also has a YouTube channel, a really nice YouTube channel, and you should visit him. If you speak German, that is, because he's only doing German with you. But anyway, yeah, Sinnersax is doing that. He's on the case. And I have a farmer. This is not the farmer, this is Namiria, and I'm scared of her. She also has a YouTube channel, but she is inactive, if I got that right. But if you want to see nice NetHack gameplay, go over there. Okay, then down here, nothing happens. This will be my main barracks. I don't know what I'm doing with this layer, but down here we have the living quarters, and they are currently... everyone has a bed, everyone has a door, some have cabinets. I will change that. Everyone will have a cabinet and at least one chest, and this will be the noble quarters. And we got Mr. Fingertips here, Specs, Trigger fine. Slash is sleeping, Bauta is also sleeping, Woody is just sitting around, having no job, Raziel Malkov is also just sitting around here.
You put yourself in the game?
Yeah,
oh,
you
no.
too. Brushware is also sleeping, and Robert and Cellphone are walking ahead, because they are the guys that are really doing stuff. Okay, Killup doesn't really has a name. We need to come up with one at some point. Axia, which is our ex-dwarf. Zilev, he's a potter. He shouldn't be a potter, but I guess the jobs will change as soon as they do their new jobs a bit. Stone Sea, and yeah, that's it. Oh no, we forgot about Mouse. Hello, Mouse. Yes, you are still in the fortress, and right now we are trying to get a good iron industry going and survive, because you know, we are the guys that draw the short straw, and we had to settle on this island, and nobody knows anything about this island, and the only thing we know is that some forgotten beasts are living down here, and they maybe will live in the case, and I think we will find it out. So our main job is to engrave everything in here that we find and that we like, and so after the fortress dies, our guys will see what actually happened to us. Okay, so let's see. First off, my water buffaloes are starving to death. So is my horse, because for some reason the dwarves put them down here.
Oh yeah.
When they really shouldn't.
The last time that I joined you for this, we were talking about pasturing them, but there was a snowstorm out.
No, that was another.
Were starving
that was another fortress set.
Oh, that wasn't this one?
This was not this one.
Oh, sorry.
No problem, because I can. What the heck? Okay, yeah, but Bossy needs a
oh, your manager
place here. Yeah, I don't need a manager, by the way. Okay, Bossy, it's nice that you joined us as a manager, but right now I don't really need a manager. So replace her, leave vacant. She can be our broker. No, Mouse is already the broker, and he's doing a good job. So maybe Bossy will be the mayor. I guess he could do it because he's a really good speaker. I'll just see about that.
No bookkeeper. Don't you like bookkeepers?
What are you saying?
The bookkeeper?
Yeah, bookkeeper. He could be a bookkeeper as soon as the offices are standing.
Yeah.
Okay, let's pen pasture everything that is grazing. So this horse, our water buffaloes, a calf and another calf. I don't really want them to die of hunger when they can actually just stand outside and have a lot of grass. Okay, yeah, you see that? They are bringing them out straight away, and then they will herd them around here. And, well, if something bad is happening, I still can try to take them in. Talking about bad stuff happening, damp stone located, so I can dig it around here. Oh yeah, you see this water? So this is coming from the left side, so it will actually be difficult to get in. So let's dig here and dig in here. Oh, I had the box select turned on to have a way around it.
Occasionally, I notice I have to trick my dwarves into digging out a damp stone, because sometimes you can designate the same square and they'll say, well, that's a damp stone, I'm not going to do that. Then you'll go back and you'll say, hey, go ahead and dig that out. And they'll be like, no, it's a damp stone, I'm not going to do that. Which really frustrates me. But then sometimes you'll go back and say, okay, instead of digging that out, why don't you just build an up ramp? And then boom, they'll do it.
I prefer not to try.
Yeah.
Because if the water's coming in, the water's coming in, and there's nothing you can do about it. Dwarf gather animals, food. Where are the zones? A bit used ammunition? No. Claim used ammunition. Claim your dead items. Forbid other refuse. Dwarves gather minerals, wood, wolf, all harvest, mixed food, workshop orders. Yeah, okay, so it should be working. Okay, let's have a look actually. I'll set up my kitchen. Because what you really don't want to happen is that... Whoa, the only ingredient I have is our plum helmets. That is not good.
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah, you're going to need a bookkeeper so that there's no question marks next to these, because they don't actually know exactly how much they've got until your bookkeeper figures it out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I have some stuff, but I don't want them to cook the plum helmets. Okay, I know I want them to cook the plum helmets right now because I have a lot of them. But later I will make sure that they aren't, because I really need the seeds, and plum helmets are keeping us going in the alcohol department because it's used in a distillery. Okay, another damp stone. There's a lot of damp stone. Also my hunter is Mr. Bloodeye here. Is pretty good right now at hunting, but he's hunting with silver bolts.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Tearing the guts. Ugh.
You shouldn't do that. Damn it.
Ugh.
Okay,
Shot it in the stomach.
yeah, why is he... Okay, he's working. Okay, I hope my iron worker is getting on his job. Yes, he is. Okay, because I need iron bolts. And later my hunter should use wooden arrows and bolts, because I don't really want to waste my good arrows on animals. But as you see right now, I have an unlimited amount of iron, because here, look at this. These are all future iron blocks. This is all Lemonite, directly under the earth. This is a perfect find for the beginning.
Yeah.
Which makes me happy.
You're so lucky.
Yeah, this is a really lucky start. Okay, our hunter also got his prey, as it looks. Let's see. The wombat is fighting. Tendon in the lower spine has been torn, right with the first silver bolt hitting his tendon. Alright, I think the music is good. I was a bit worried that the music would be a bit weird, but looks like it's okay. Okay, our farmer's going ahead, and there's nothing much to do right now. Just making sure that everything is working. Okay, and I think I'm going to turn this part here into a place where the seeds are being piled. I call it the seed room. Okay. Food. Enable. Forbid. And only this stuff is going in here. And maybe plants, because I want to have the, or at least some of the brewable stuff in here.
Do you have any above ground farms, by the way? I was on mine. Okay, I'll just build a farm plant above ground. So I tried it out, and then I found out that I had like, I don't know, 17 different seeds for above ground plants. I didn't even know what to plant. I was like, ah.
Yeah, but most of the time it's dying over the winter, and I don't want that to happen.
Ah.
It's not a problem, of course, but it's just inconvenient. And at the beginning, I'm just living from bushes, so...
Yeah.
Also, I need to look up if I have a plant gathering detail going on here. Okay, because I don't think so. Also don't have any step letters, I guess. Okay,
yeah.
You guys are gathering fruit. You're gathering everything, so I don't need to set up anything else. See if it worked. Yes, it worked. Okay. So when you are done with your wooden barrels, you are producing 2 step ladders, and I guess that's about it. Have enough bed. Yeah, do some doors.
Wheelbarrows?
What are you saying?
You gotta have some wheelbarrows.
Yeah, I have enough wheelbarrows. That's the first thing I produce every time I go into the new fortress. Wheelbarrows it is. Remember, kids, you can't have enough wheelbarrows.
Yeah.
That's what my mother used to say.
Yeah, I know. It sounds silly, but it's so true.
Okay, right now I'm asking myself why no one is digging out this thing here. I guess my guy just has a break. Okay, let's take a look at my mason is working. He's encrusting my ammo with white opals to make it better ammo. The mason is not doing anything, but he should be doing not coffins. I hope it will take a while until I need the first coffins, but he should make cabinets, then doors, and then coffers. So another coffers, another cabinet, and it should be the right way to go here. Then I'm putting everything on repeat, and he will do the first job. He will do a cabinet, and he will do door, coffer, coffer, cabinet, cabinet, door. That should be a good workflow for him. The crafts dwarf has the job to make bone bolts from the animals my hunter is killing, so I can give my hunter bone bolts instead of the good silver bolts, because you don't really need silver bolts to kill a wombat. which is a life hack. I don't have any refined coal anymore. So let's smelt wood.
Did you embark with the coal? Because I don't see you making it.
Yeah, here. He's making charcoal, but he's just too slow, I guess.
Oh, okay.
Okay, another damp stone. This is really getting on my nerves, but I have a lot of water over my head. So I guess that is why that is happening. It's not actually a problematic. I want to put in a leather shop in here, and that should be enough. Workshops. Wait a second. Build workshops. Leatherworks. Yeah, leatherworks is going in here. Can build it out of conglomerate because that's everywhere.
Yeah.
Just like the old song said.
Yeah, pretty much.
Everywhere you look, there's a leather.
It's like a bad country song.
Yeah. There are leather works everywhere where I live.
And then I gave her some conglomerate.
Every day my daddy gone down to the mine to get some conglomerate. My daddy was a miner. And then he was a mayor.
Yeah.
The sad part is that this was actually a better country song than most are.
We should get into country music. That's what I'm learning right now. We could do it.
Yeah, I also couldn't do rap. Just need to rhyme stuff.
Yeah.
And if nothing is rhyming, I'm just making things up. Oh yeah, Jizzle my Dizzle whistle. That rhymes.
Hack to draw circles. This is something I learned the other day. Have you ever done that?
No, but I'm doing. I want to do circles as soon as I'm going down, further down, because they're looking really nice.
Hey, yeah. When you get ready to do that, I can tell you how to do it. I think, if I remember correctly, I remember how to do it. You can you can put your what do you call it? The X, you know, your indicator or whatever, on a spot, and then pull up the F hack, and you type in draw a circle and give it a radius, and it will actually show the dig out area.
Yeah, I'm trying to use the dwarf hack as less as possible.
Yeah, well,
because I'm scared.
Yeah, I used it for the gaydar function to determine whether or not my turkey
yeah, tell me about the gaydar function.
Yeah, it's actually really handy. See, I had embarked with one turkey gobbler and 4 hens, and they were never having fertilized eggs. So I'm like, why is my turkeys not breeding at all? And got into the forums on, I think it was Reddit, might have been Facebook, and I was asking this question, and they said, well, here's what you do. Use DF hack, run gaydar, and see what is the sexual orientation of your turkey gobbler. So I looked it up, and he wasn't heterosexual or gay. He was asexual, meaning he just didn't want to do it. So that was good to know. And then the next thing that happened was I got a turkey from a caravan. He was a gobbler, so I'm like, okay, cool. My breeding program's going to go forward. But he was bisexual, prefers males. So basically, he was running around chasing the other gobbler and didn't really want to traffic with the hens. I had to slaughter the first gobbler to make the other one breed. So gaydar is important to this game. If you are going to breed animals, you need to know whether they're interested in males or females, honestly.
Sure, buddy. Whatever you say.
You've got to know.
I just got to know.
Why?
I don't want gay gobblers.
Well, I mean, hey, I don't have a problem with gay gobblers, but the thing is, I needed, young turkeys to move forward.
Okay, so now you're getting Turks in here in this discussion.
You haven't had this problem, I don't think, because you've got a pretty good amount of turkeys in there. Or geese? What are those?
What are you saying?
Geese or turkeys? Are those geese or turkeys?
Those are chickens and
chickens.
turkeys and geese. I have everything actually. Okay, this is actually a bad idea because I need to keep an eye out for this dog so he's not dying. Just need to remember to check on him sometimes. Because right now he's locked in here and I don't think that he can get food on himself. Also I need to put an ammo dump for my hunters somewhere. So I'm guessing I'm just doing a spot around here. And then I'm putting an ammo place in here. Come on, box select. Work. Yes. Because otherwise he will go all the way down here every time he's trying to get bolts, and I don't want him to do that. Okay, they're smoothing out the memorial place.
Well,
that's good.
Nice.
Okay, I think I have enough charcoal. Actually, you can never have enough charcoal if you are dealing with a lot of iron, so let's have more charcoal.
That's a good problem to have.
Smelled more lemonite. It's limonite, I know, but I just like it to call it lemonite. Okay, and you are starting to produce at least 2 weapons. And I want a mace. Where is it? A mace. Short sword. And 2 warhammers. And where's the axe? I don't think I can do axes with iron. Yeah, okay, I can't do axes with iron. I could do an iron crossbow, but I don't really need that right now. It's actually better to not have crossbows just lying around like this one, because you will never be able to use it for your dwarves, because you don't know if a hunter had it before, and if a hunter had it before, you actually can't use it to train with it. It's a known bug.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, I was reading through the whole bug section the other day, because my dwarves on my other fortress weren't interested in anything. And especially not training.
Well, I'm a noob, big time on this game. But my hunters have always been the best warriors that I've had. Because obviously I haven't actually armored and trained up some people, but I have a hunter with a crossbow. And these guys, I had a hunter who came back from killing a kangaroo and slew a forgotten beast. You know, so I'm really impressed with some of these hunters with their crossbows.
Okay, actually I need to change stuff here. Come on. Yeah, you also shouldn't put hunters on Morg's dwarf's duty, at least not for a regular time, because they can't train, which is a problem. And they even the quivers, they won't equip the military bolts if they still have hunter bolts, so to speak, in their quivers. This is actually a major problem. Okay, no gamps in here, no bars and blocks in here. Okay, gamps I can't put in here, but bars and blocks should all go down here, because otherwise those will be a pain in the butt to deal with. And he needs wood, so I should put wood around here. There should be a big wood storage, and this is also where I will put my charcoal, so it's easier to get. And I will put all my iron bars in here, and then I will train up a war dog. Come on, remove designation. And then I will train up a war dog and chain him up around here to prevent thieves from getting my good iron. Actually, this is wrong. It should be here because... Come on. Because the main way goes along here. Alright. The diggers have always something to do. If they don't, you're doing something wrong with your fortress. Okay, also let's find out... Damn it, I talked about digging in here and then like putting something underneath the drawbridge, but the problem is if you don't have like a hole before you start the water, the enemies can just swim through it or even walk through it on a good day. Because if the thing is ice, they can reach it anyway, so there's not really a need to do it. I think I will get one of these pools later for something else. Because it's murky water anyway, I can't drink it.
Yeah, well, you know, a pump will purify that water. You can like you just channel out next to it, and then just pump the water from the murky pool to the pool that you've created, and boom, it becomes fresh water.
Yeah, but I will do that later, not on camera, because that is actually a lot of work. Okay.
Yeah, it winds up being complicated, and the first time you do it is a real pain.
Yeah.
Because it's got to be powered, or you've got to have a pump operator.
I know. I need to do it at some point. Just don't want to do it right now.
Yeah.
Okay, let's shoot out all these arrows, and I just want bone arrows up here. So my hunter is grabbing the bone arrows. Wood and bone is alright. Core quality is just do whatever you want, man. Just make sure that there are bone arrows and wooden arrows up here. Because I don't want him to use all the good silver. Okay. Looks like we have leather.
I've become a big fan of making bone bolts. They're not really effective in a military sense, but boy, for hunting, they're good.
Yeah. What are you doing?
I have a hard time visualizing how that works, though. Because I don't think that anybody, I mean, you know, dwarfs notwithstanding, have actually made bone crossbow bolts. What do you think? Has there ever been a bone crossbow bolt made by humans and used?
The dwarves are using wooden bolts.
Yeah.
As far as I know. Which is really not what you want to do.
No ammunition.
No ammunition. But my bone carver hasn't started working up until now.
I think that announcement, though, comes up just because he ran out of ammunition in his
he's just going down and grabbing another stuff.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah, you see? Yak bone bolts.
Yeah.
There we go. Oh, that's my wood guy has nothing to do. And wood guy should always have something to do. You might call him a carpenter. If you know the English language, you should call him a carpenter. Only okay because I'm not a native. Okay, he did the step ladders, he did the crutches. I really don't need anything else. He could make some beds, just in case. Because sometimes immigrants are just appearing out of nowhere. And then you should be ready to take them in. Okay, is Nymeria standing in the kitchen? No, she isn't. Why is she not in the kitchen? She really should be, because I have a lot of meat now. So what have I set this to? Okay, this is for food, this is for drinks. Actually not. Okay, this is the big stockpile here. And this is all for food. Come on, enable. Fish, plants, drinks, eggs, fat, paste, yeah. No seeds. I don't want seeds even lying around near the dwarfs, because I need every seed I can get. For farming purposes.
Oh boy, another snowstorm.
Snowstorm has come, but all my animals are in a safe region. So I'm alright with this. Question is, what are these guys doing? Are you guessing plants? Store item in stockpile. And you are? Store item in stockpile. I think they are collecting the bolts from my hunter.
Ah, okay.
He is doing it with a wheelbarrow even. Oh, Blood Eye comes home. He's also stuck. Ah, no, they are collecting plants. Good thing to know. Okay, I don't really need this pasture anymore because everything is gone from there and the magpie is gone. It's a Kia, I know, but I'm calling him a magpie because he likes to steal all my stuff.
Yeah.
And it's not funny because I don't have a lot of meat just because of that.
Yeah, I've never heard of that Kia. Is that a real thing, I wonder?
Kia? Yeah, it's like a parrot.
Really? Okay. And they steal stuff. Apparently.
Yeah. Okay, also I want to... Oh no, wait a second, this is a calf. No, I don't want to kill a calf. If I am killing something, it should be a grown-up animal. And not a cow, but... Actually, I'll leave all my stock alive here, I guess. Because right now I don't really need it. Okay, all my animals are running in now. I'm thinking about doing an artificial pen for my other animals in here, but I kind of like the idea that they're just standing in front of the fortress. Blood Eye sold a cotton. Hunter has grown attached to a steel crossbow. That's nice. If your dwarves get attached to stuff, they will name it and they won't even ever give it away, but they also will be really good at this. So it's only a bad thing if it's a shitty weapon you just gave them.
Yeah. No, a steel crossbow. You can't beat that, can you?
Yeah. Okay, anyway, this is the end of this episode. I hope you enjoyed it, and I see you guys next time. Goodbye.
Bye, everybody.